What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk very briefly about Lost Records, Bloom, and Rage. This is that Don't Nod game, I don't want to call it spin-off studio, but Don't Nod's got a lot of teams. They got a lot of games that have come out and are coming out, and this is from some of the key minds to Life is Strange, right? It gives off those vibes, even though it's not like an official Life is Strange game. Gives off the vibes, looks pretty darn good. Now, we haven't gotten a lot of it, so I don't want to jump the gun too much, right? But the game's supposed to come out this year. It's probably going to be a very late, like just sneak in to 2024 type game. And what we're here to talk about in this video is, well, actually a few things. Number one, this is kind of the latest part, or maybe the newest part of the updates. They're pretty active. Social media is popping. They don't have the biggest follower account, let's say on X, right? They got about like 5,000 people following them, but they've been very active in the last couple days and posting whether it's cryptic stuff or guessing games, whatever it is to kind of push, this excitement for the game. And it will be needed, right? Because Life is Strange can only carry it so far, and as I've said in the past, as respectfully as I can, like, Life is Strange is one of my favorite games, period. The first game, one of my favorite games of all time. I will always have a certain degree of respect for anybody who had anything to do with that first game. Life is Strange 2, I would borderline saying the word hate. I really do not like Life is Strange 2. It's always been a controversial opinion of mine on the internet. If I actually ever have one, that would be one. So, for me at least, Life is Strange can't necessarily carry them. It can carry them to an extent, but not all the way. This game's got to be good. And I'll give it chances, of course, but the game's got to be good. So, you have that. Social media, seems like things are happening. Working backwards, it makes sense why social media is kind of popping off, because it seems they uploaded a trailer and then they took the trailer down. So next week, Xbox is having, a little mini showcase. You might have seen, and I think some of the games have been announced for it, and this game specifically has been announced for it. I believe it's on Monday. I'll do my best to cover it. Like, we'll probably cover it on podcast, one of the channels, either Podcast Now or on here, and I'll talk about, whatever they show. I'm hoping for a date. We're sitting, April 29th. I feel like you could give us a date, even if it comes out in November or December. I feel like that's not too far off. They could just say fall. If they were to delay this game, now would also probably be a good time to tell us. You show a trailer and you say winter 2025, or just winter, whatever you want to do. But this would be the time. And it's also, for me, what's I think important, again, is to, I think, go into a little bit more detail with this game. You get the general trailer. It gives off a lot of vibes. You get off a certain kind of energy. You get off a certain kind of energy, with the characters and with the atmosphere and the setting and the time period, right? Being in the 90s, which is cool. Again, like, it gives off Life is Strange kind of vibes, but it's its own thing. And they want this to be the start of, like, a legitimate, pillar franchise for them. So they've got to show more, and I think now would be a good time. I don't know how much you show, an event like this, but if you're going to do some sort of gameplay or show off any kind of mechanic, normally these games, and it's, I would say, very respectful, the way I'm trying to at least put it, like, gameplay is not the focus, okay? You play Life is Strange. The weakest thing about Life is Strange, I would say objectively, is the gameplay. It's, you're walking around, you're clicking. Now, I don't care. Like I said, it's one of my favorite games, period. The elements that they focused on and they made theirs carried it. You don't need some of the other stuff. And games do that. Sometimes games are very combat heavy and the story sucks. Sometimes it's the reverse. So, I get that and I would understand that, but I think we need to see a little bit more of a well-rounded trailer. And this is without me even knowing, because I don't know if the trailer was literally out there in the wild. I saw a picture of, like, what the thumbnail will look like. I don't know if people got to download the trailer and watch the trailer. So I've legitimately not seen it yet. Unlike, actually, like, Life is Strange, when they did the remaster, that actually did leak early. I did see that early, and I was kind of prepared for when they show it officially. But this one, no. This one, I don't know if people have actually seen it or not, but I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. This is a game that, again, I guess I am letting Life is Strange kind of carry the conversation here. If this game is even a fraction as good as the first Life is Strange game, this can be a serious, and I think it's going to be under the radar. To be honest with you, again, to be as respectful as possible, Don't Nod's never really caught on all that much. Like, they've been very successful, and again, they've opened up multiple teams and multiple games, but you look at their track record, games are all over the place. They've never had a game hit a home run like the first Life is Strange. I think you can say that from critic scores to the fan base, right? People kind of keeping these games alive. None of these games, Tell Me Why, I think is actually a pretty good game. Nobody talks about Tell Me Why. Nobody talks about Twin Mirror. Nobody talks, even Jusant, which just came out, which I think was a really good game. Nobody talks about. I hope Banishers is a game people talk about long term, and I'll do my part, in that as well. But Life is Strange is that game, and I think Banishers might be the game going forward, along with the first Life is Strange. But they do need another one, and I hope that this game can be it. So, if things work out, you're talking about a really good game. And I think under the radar. I think a game that is going to have to kind of be carried by word of mouth, where it's remember Life is Strange? They're back. They're back fully. So, and I think they were back with Banishers. I think Banishers is an excellent game, one of my favorite games of this year. But this is a new studio, so it's not from the same people as Banishers, and again, from the minds of Life is Strange. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm very excited for it, and anytime we get to see it, I'm going to get excited, as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.